Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to improve your radio show using stock effects plugins in Reaper with myself, David Bellew. Today we're going to take a look at a few effects plugins like EQ, compression and noise removal, and we're going to learn how to make our radio show sound better. So let's get started. So I have a session open here which I was working on a radio show called The First Cut, which is 100% Irish music. And that's hosted by Damien McKenna on Dundalk FM 97.7. So I have the first half vocals here and I have it soloed, and we'll just have a wee listen to what it sounds like.
Welcome to the show. It's a very special show right now, in the sense of everything that's going on, and I really hope everyone is keeping well and everyone is doing their best and looking after.
So that's what it sounds like, obviously hitting the space bar to play and stop there. So let's have a wee listen at what we can do to make it sound better. So the first thing we can do is add a noise removal plugin called Reefer. So I'll just show you what that sounds like. So we'll just click the end of the track, zoom in, and I've already put the fades and all that on it already, so we'll just work backwards a wee bit. So at the end of our first media item,
Joy.
hear all that noise in the background. Well, we don't want any of that. So what we'll do is we will go to effects there. So you hit that button and it gives you the option to add a load of effects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to all plugins here and we'll type in Reefer, FIR, which is the noise removal plugin, and it looks like that. Now there's a few things you want to do straight off the bat. We want to change the mode from EQ to subtract, and then we want to click the button automatically build noise profile. So if we go back to our track and back to the silence, I'll just highlight that there for you and we'll play it. And you can hear there that Reaper is analysing that noise and doing its best to get rid of it. Now if you want to get rid of a wee bit more noise, you can hold the command or control on Windows, click the red line there and you can pull it up a wee bit and that'll take out a wee bit more of the noise. And you can hear there's absolutely nothing going on, so that's what we're looking for. So when you're done with that, what you want to do is untick the automatically build noise profile, because we've already built it there. And if we listen back to the vocals here, I'll just go back to the start of the show, and then when the vocals come in.
Hello and welcome to the show. It's a very special show right now.
So they're sounding a wee bit better now. I'll just show you without.
Hello and welcome to the show. It's a very
and then with the effect.
Hello and welcome to the show. It's a very special show right.
And yeah, so you can tell that a good bit of the noise has been taken out of that now. The next thing we want to do is we want to hit add, and we're going to add another effects. So our next effects is EQ or equalization. So we've all adjusted the bass, middle and treble settings in our car speaker system or on a wee radio in the kitchen or whatever. This effects does the same thing, it just looks a little bit differently. So we're going to hit the add effects again, and then we're going to hit in Re-EQ, which is the EQ plugin that's in Reaper. Hit OK, and this is what it looks like. So you have all your frequencies from the lowest to the highest there on the bottom, and these wee dots are like your levels. If I bump that up, it'll boost the bass.
Hello and welcome to the show. It's a very.
And if I throw up the end here, that's the high.
Hello and welcome to the show.
And you can hear there. So the thing that we want to do is there's a couple of tricks for getting rid of noise and only keeping the frequencies that you want to keep. So what I'll do is I'll click this first circle here, the first band, and I'm going to change it to a high pass filter. So what that will do is that will keep all of the high frequencies up to a point. So I'm going to pull this back to 50 hertz, which is where noise and rumble starts to come in, between 50 and 80 hertz. So we'll just leave it there, somewhere there. And we'll just play it out, and you can hear it with and without now. So this is without.
Hello and welcome to the show. It's a very special show right now.
And this is with.
Hello and welcome to the show. It's a very special show right now.
So again, it's only a small difference, but all these little small things that we do will help to make the show better and better. So another thing I normally do is I'll add a high shelf up on the high frequencies, just to give a wee bit more clarity. Up at around 4K is what I find is really good. And then what I will do is try to take out the rest of the bad frequencies in it. So a wee trick I have for that, if we hit the band number 3 there, what we can do is we can pull this right up to the top, and then we'll reduce the bandwidth. All the bandwidth is it's how many frequencies are affected by moving that particular band. So if I pull it here to the left, you can see it's only working on a small frequency range, and if I pull it more, it's working on a bigger frequency range. So what I'll do is I will pull it back a wee bit, so it's quite small, and then I'll just play, and I'll sweep across until I find some really, really bad frequencies, and then I'll take them out by just reducing them a little bit like that. But I'll show you how that works right now.
Hello and welcome to the show. It's a very special show right now, in the sense of everything that's going on, and I really hope everyone is keeping well.
So all that stuff there is quite bad. So we'll do the same with band 2. We'll set another bandwidth down really, really low, and we'll play again.
Hello and welcome to the show. It's a very special show right now, in the sense of everything that's going on, and I really hope everyone.
Yeah, so that all sounds that sounds a wee bit better. I'll just show you with and without. So this
Hello
is
and
with.
welcome to the show. It's a very special show right now, in the sense of everything that's going on.
So there's just a wee bit of it makes it a wee bit better. These are all minute differences. I'm actually going to take down the high shelf just a wee bit, and that looks good. The next thing I will do is add a compressor. So again, we're going to add, and it'll give us an effect. So we'll clear the filter and we'll add a compressor. So what a compressor does is it reduces the volume of the highest peaks, and then by doing that, it makes everything sound like it's more together. So we'll use just a built-in compressor here. We'll use recomp. Hit recomp, hit OK, and I'll set the ratio to 4, and I'll set the attack quite short and the release a wee bit longer there. The best thing to do is trick around with all of these and see what suits your vocal. So we'll just play this back now.
Hello and welcome to the show. It's a very special show right now.
So right now the compressor is not doing anything, and that's because we haven't set the threshold. So what you want to do is you want to play it.
Hello and welcome to the show.
And there where the green LEDs are coming up here. So you want to pull that down so it compresses the more aggressive bits of vocal.
Hello and welcome to the show. It's a very special show right now.
Between about 3 and 6 dB, and that'll sound good. Now that was clipping there at the moment because the track that Damo sent me in was a wee bit hot, but the next one you send me in will be spot on. And if you're getting that clipping thing, you can always pull down the wet output here.
Hello and welcome to the show. It's a very special show right now.
Yeah, and that vocal is sounding an awful lot better. So when you've all got that set up and that, you can turn off all the effects and do a wee comparison and see what that sounds like. So on your track that you're adding all the effects to, you'll see the effects button there, and you'll see a wee power button beside it. So that'll turn them all off or turn them all on. Or you can turn off and on individual effects by hitting these wee tick boxes here at the side. We're going to do them all off and then all on and see what the vocal sounds like before and after. So this is before right now.
Hello and welcome to the show. It's a very special show right now.
And this is after.
Hello and welcome to the show. It's a very special show right now.
So you can see there that the vocal is sounding an awful lot tighter and more together. You might be thinking to yourself, I don't want to have to do this every time I'm going to make a radio show. So what you can do is you can click your first track, hold shift, click your last effects, and then you right click, and then you can go effects chain and save selected effects as a chain. So we'll hit that and it'll ask you to save it in the effects chains folder. I'd say just do that there, that's spot on, and we'll call that a radio vocal mobile. So Damo recorded that on his phone, so we'll call it mobile. These are the settings that we want for that. So we'll hit save, and the next time Damo sends me in something, I can just go I'll have a new session open, but I could just go double click down here and that'll create a new track. We'll call that Demo Vocals, and then we can go effects and go right down the bottom here, scroll on down, and you'll see in effects chains, have to clear the filter here. So once you clear the filter in effects chain, it'll show up there, radio vocals mobile. Hit OK, and you'll see that brand new track has all of these effects pre-saved in it, so you don't need to do anything. So what I would suggest if you're making a radio show at home is to set up a new track, test out your mic, add the Refair plugin to get rid of any electrical noises or anything in the room or any background noises or anything like that. EQ your vocals, add a compressor, and then save it. And every single time that you open Reaper, all you're doing is pressing one button instead of 5 or 10 minutes work. So that is what I recommend. Hopefully this tutorial has been helpful. I'll show you in another tutorial now how to, when you've finished EQing your vocals and you've got your whole show and all that together, how to make the radio show all the same volume by the process of mastering or limiting. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please do subscribe to the channel and like the video. I'll be happy to answer any comments that you have. Just leave them there, and I'll see you in the next one. Good luck.